Welcome back, folks. You're listening to the H2G podcast. And on this segment, we're going to be talking about food. What is your favorite food app? You know, DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates, et cetera, et cetera. What restaurants have you been frequenting during this crazy pandemic? You know, what's your go-to spots? We want to know. Always excited to hear a couple of places you guys said before the break. Let's start with Chelsea. So what's your go-to food app, and what's been like your go-to restaurant? Have you been cooking lately? What's been going on?
Lately, I have been cooking more because since I started working out again, I've been trying to eat healthier. So I've been like replacing things with healthier things, you know, all that jazz. But I would say my favorite app is probably either DoorDash or Uber Eats. I lean more toward DoorDash because I think Uber Eats has more fees usually. It's usually a little bit more expensive. Unless they happen to have some kind of offer with a restaurant or something going on. But I do but I do like their restaurant selection a little bit better. I feel like Uber Eats is a little bit more popular, so sometimes they have a better restaurant selection. And if I'm going to be spending the money on a delivery app, it's probably because I'm splurging and I'm eating something a little unhealthy, and that's for me always Italian food. So anytime I can get really good Italian food, I found like a couple right around my apartment, and those are my go-tos. But I know before we launched all this, we were talking about, so I originally lived in Tampa, and one of the restaurants that we used to go to after going to the beach all day was this place called 420 Cafe it's literally what the name is. If you've, been partaking in a little bit of recreational activities, it would be all the things that you would pile onto a sandwich that was in your pantry and eating it all on one sandwich. And so they have a bunch of different options on their menu, and everything is probably incredibly unhealthy, but incredibly delicious. So if you're ever, it's actually down in Sarasota, right over by like Lido Key or Siesta Key, kind of in that area. So if you're ever down in the Sarasota area because you're visiting the beach, I highly recommend hitting that place up when you're really, really hungry.
Okay. So like when you're really, really hungry, it basically it's all the foods, all the munchy foods. Well, I think that's the term they use. The munchy foods you find in the refrigerator, your refrigerator or your cabinets. That's what they do?
Yeah. So it would be
put on a sandwich.
Yeah, like chicken strips and mac and cheese and Cheetos and like just piling a bunch of different types of random foods onto a sandwich. And the sandwiches are really big and really filling. I actually think the full thing is Munchie's 420 Cafe, but everybody just calls it 420. So yeah, it's pretty legit. It's good. There's a lot of really good restaurants though in like Tampa and Sarasota. So if you want to travel for food, I recommend it.
Well, I'm glad you told me. I'm going to have to make a trip. And I feel you on those stories.
I'll give you a list.
Yeah, you're going to have to send me the list after the show. Richie, man, food efficiency. You were just talking about a few apps that they deliver pretty fast to you. Was it Fresh Time? What were you saying?
Oh, okay, yeah. So there's a couple things, Marv. A lot of my coworkers use something called Hello Fresh, and they'll also use food delivery where it's like actual meals. So for people who don't know how to cook and still want something that's, fresh, so to speak, and pre-made, and they're honestly, the food's not bad. HelloFresh, for instance, gives you the exact ingredients that you can learn to cook, Marv. So what happens is they deliver these things to you. It'll be like 4 meals a week, and you cook them at home. It's like basically like a kickstart little how to cook, and it gives you the exact recipe with the exact ingredients, and you and your partner can go cook. It's a great little romantic gift. Not bad for Valentine's Day. Where you're gonna learn how to cook with, whomever. Or if it's like you, me, and Chelsea, well, we'll just cook for 2 for ourselves and eat a lot, like whatever. But as far as apps go, I do both. I do DoorDash, I do Uber Eats. I do whatever is cheaper. I agree with Chelsea that usually DoorDash is cheaper, but sometimes Uber Eats has that special, thing. And if you're a Chase card member, you get 3 months of Dash Pass for free, which means you don't pay for the delivery fees. So as far as that goes, I do try to support local restaurants at least once a week. I prefer to cook, and we'll get into that later. But nonetheless, it's just, we're in a pandemic, and in Oakland specifically, about 35% of our restaurants have closed down permanently. And it's really unfortunate. So we're trying our best to try to support local places. Obviously, when I say local, I don't mean Starbucks and McDonald's for obvious reasons. But nonetheless, yeah, there are a lot of options. There are a lot of options out there, people, for food services that you can try, whether it's pre-made meals, you cook it yourself, or as we just discussed, having food delivered to you from your local restaurants. So definitely try exploring. Food is like my favorite thing. We could talk about this all day, to be honest. So.
Tech and food. Those are your two go-tos. Oh, Justin, man, what's your go-to food at, brother?
Oh, this has been a weird year for me. So like, obviously, if you go back and watch the blooper reel from season 1 to season 4, I've lost a crap load of weight. So for a while, I was on a program, and so that stuff came in the mail. And then right in the middle of the pandemic, I broke away from the program and just started eating healthy on my own. So if I splurge and like try to use one of the apps now, I'm going for like Fusion or something easy and healthy. Like I'm big into sushi, and Fusion doesn't count as real sushi, but I don't think DoorDash is going to go down to the river and get me what I would prefer. So
you're looking great. You're looking great, man.
Thank you. Thank you. But I have a gripe on DoorDash. I think it's an awesome app. I think that it seems to function well on the ordering side and in a town where things are being ran correctly. And I'm not exactly sure how their management system works or anything like that. It works. And I lived in a small town of Findlay, and everything was fine. Every time I tried to use DoorDash, it was fine. I never had an issue. So I moved to a city. I'm in Toledo, and automatically thought, okay, well, DoorDash would be a good way to go. And when there's mistakes on the delivery end, you have to go to great lengths to get that thing resolved. And, like for us, that meant we had a party here at the house, and it was like $165 bill. The guy delivered like the fries, So we're like, all right. And you can't get a hold of the driver. You can't there's no accountability local. You have to wait. I was talking to somebody in a different country, and that's not my problem. The problem is, holy crap, that guy was here 5 seconds ago, So I think that they need more local management or something to make, because if there's a mistake, then, like in Toledo, if I were to then go to the place that we went to Churches, we were ordering chicken from Churches, and it takes a long time to go to the store. Like it's right down the street. But if I went there, I'd be in line for like an hour and a half. So either way, we're going to be waiting. And the driver took like an hour and a half to drop it off, and it was just the side. So like, I can't give DoorDash all the credit. It's probably the quickest functioning. Instacart seems to work pretty good for like grocery delivery. I've used more of that than I have the other delivery apps because I mainly cook. I was a chef for a little while, and now that I'm healthy, the easiest thing for me to do is just keep salads rolling all the time. So gotta get groceries more frequent than the average bear. So I've been braving the store more than anything.
Well, the store more. Well, I tell you, going to Churches was your first mistake. Don't trust Churches through DoorDash ever. There's KFCs, Popeyes. I mean, that just wasn't the finest moment. The big Churches, man. I feel it.
Hey, shout out to the H2G podcast, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. I appreciate y'all. time. Yeah. Give me your energy. Oh, yeah. Love eyes me. Let's be, yeah. Oh, let's see the melody. Oh, don't let me go. No, let me go. Don't you ever let me go. When you touch me, girl, you hit on my soul. I can never tell you no. There you limit to how far I go. For you, energy, fire with deep. Let's be. Let me go.
I don't speak for the whole town, but don't nobody want a dang girl as sheriff.
What exactly is wrong with a woman being town sheriff?
It's just madness.
Yes, that's it. A metamorphosis. Wait. No, this is not good. Humans are not butterflies. This could cause permanent injury, or worse, even death, I fear. Undoubtedly others would have fallen prey to this man's sales tactic.
You and Elizabeth.
Oh, I am so much more now. And soon will be as well. My dear Ava.
Why the hell Briarstone? What did any of these folks ever do to you?
What the Sam hell's going on?
One taste guarantees a life change. Forever.
Rhiannon rings like a bell through the night. Wouldn't you love the love? Takes to the sky like a bird in a flight. Who will be her lover? Oh, your love, you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you say if she promised you heaven, will you ever win? She's like a cat in the night, and then she
So Tony, man, what's your favorite food app? You got any go-to food restaurants for you and the family, man?
Oh no, I personally don't have a go-to spot in 2021 or 2020. We've been doing Kroger pickup mostly. So I've been, getting groceries and cooking. And it's been an experiment, because I am a cook, but when you're trying to cook for 2 people and 2 kids, well, mostly one because the other one's taking milk. But when you're cooking for a toddler, she only wants mac and cheese and she wants chicken or some kind of noodles. That's all she wants. Well, I don't like noodles. Sorry, Chelsea. I do like mac and cheese, but it has to be, from Church's. And chicken, I can't do chicken all the time. I know that,
unless it's from Church's.
But I can't do chicken all the time. But, for me, I'm the old man of the group, so I don't do DoorDash or whatever, Grubhub, whatever all that stuff is. I don't do all that. I need someone to probably download it on my phone for me to help me out with it and then walk me through step by step how it works so that way I can get it going. But other than that, like I said, all I do is Kroger pickup, make some food and make it happen. And then I wanted to talk about the recreational thing that you were talking about earlier, Marvin, with Chelsea. Christy, come off of mute real quick if you can. Do you remember what my favorite snack was when I was really hungry? And I would eat it real slow, and you would look at me and laugh and make fun of me.
This question for me or for Christy?
It's for Christy.
All right.
You don't remember?
Were you eating chicken wings?
Nope. It's a sweeter type of...
Turtles?
Nope. Brownies.
Oh shit! Yeah, were they the cosmic brownies?
Yeah, they were the brownies, and I would eat them, and I'd eat them real slow because for some reason everything slowed down for me when I did this recreational activity that you all were talking about. I don't do it, anymore, but I just wanted to see if you remembered, Christy, that it was brownies. Can you put that on a sandwich at Cafe 420? I wonder if you can put it on a sandwich.
I'm not like a huge sweets person. Usually, every once in a while I'll crave something sweet, but I never looked for that. So now I kind of want to go look at their menu and see if they had anything like that, because I feel like they had to have something with sweets on it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, you gotta be really hungry to put brownies on a sandwich.
No, you could use the brownies as the bread and then put like marshmallow as the meat or something.
Yeah. So I thought you used the brownie as the meat and then use 2 buns.
No.
Yeah, that's how I thought.
No. Unless it was like Hawaiian bread, maybe that might. But
or you could use waffles as the bread and put like brownie on that. And dude,
I mean, I was a poor college kid, and we didn't have money, and my best friend and I, we would actually take the cans out of the pantry and put it in an aluminum pan, and we'd put bologna on top, and then we'd put cheese on top of that, and you would go, who would eat that? And I tell you, somebody that was hungry, and I mean really, really hungry. That's who I tell you would eat it. I mean, that recreational helped out make that taste real good. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Need some insulin after this segment. Christy, you have any food apps you love? Any go-to spots?
I'm actually kind of like Tony. We've been ordering, like doing the Walmart pickup or Kroger pickup. The one app that I use most often is probably the Pizza Hut app.
Love that app.
You gotta love that stuff. Crust. Oh, so much.
I get thin crust.
What?
Thin crust.
Stop it. Get out of here. Take your diet and get the F out. Like, no. We're talking
you can't do thin crust unless it's New York style pizza, and Pizza Hut is not New York style pizza.
Listen, I live in New York, and I'm telling you, New York pizza is hyped up, okay?
No,
it is.
Let me go ahead and speak on behalf of the diet. Pizza's not on there. Doesn't matter what the crust looks like.
Chelsea, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Listen.
Oh my God.
That is a dopest sweatshirt. You have to
There's got to be a healthy
that.
way to eat tacos and pizza. There's got to be a healthy way.
I love you.
Well, there's like
don't put it on a sandwich.
Tacos, I think you can make kind of healthy.
Yeah.
That's
Corn's not bad. You just couldn't use the oil. You have to use something else.
Yeah. And then like for pasta, I normally swap it out for like zucchini noodles or Chipotle now has cauliflower rice.
You do.
Yeah, they do.
I
ordered that the other day. It's good.
I totally made a stir fry at home the other day, and it was the best thing. Like, I don't like Asian food, but that was effing delicious. Have you guys had any like recipes that you've tried recently in quarantine that you wouldn't normally do because you can order out?
Yeah, actually, I've made a Cajun chicken pasta. I can actually make you a really good chicken pasta. I tried to make that a few months ago. It started out as like an experiment, and it turned out pretty good. And you know what? I was like, I want to stop ordering out for a minute. I'm gonna try, cooking. I'm gonna get on, try to cook my salmon and my salmon and vegetables, roasted potatoes, all kind of thing. But my favorite app would probably be Grubhub. I try not to do it a lot because, like you said, Chelsea, the taxes, paying all those fees, it's an arm and a leg. So for the most part, I try to cook, but that's my go-to. I like the individual food apps, y'all. I like how you can just, how these places are creating an app. You can go to it and you can order, and it's really efficient. So other than that, these apps, they make you pay an arm and a leg for these fees. So I find myself trying to delete a few of them. Like, I don't have Postmates anymore. Postmates is trash. Like, I'm done with that. I can't do it. DoorDash, yeah. But other than that, Grubhub, that's it. Well, that does it for Food for the Week, y'all. Let us know in the comments what your favorite food app is, what your go-to spots. Let us know. Stay tuned. Tomorrow night, we have Game of the Week at 7 p.m. And my last word for the week is to keep moving. Everything that just transpired this past week was rough. We got off the 2021 on a rough start. But I just want to leave you all with something positive rather than something negative. We all know what happened. We discussed it this past week. But just treat one another how you want to be treated. Just go back to the same basic principles, morals and principles that you were taught in school. Hopefully you were taught in school, to treat other people how you want to be treated. And that sends, that echoes throughout the nation, because right now we need healing, and we have to get rid of all this division that pretty much one guy has caused. So it's all about uniting at this point. I want you all to do the same, and we'll see y'all next week. Welcome back, folks. You're listening to the H2G podcast, and my last word of the week is really simple: to keep moving. What happened?
Keep moving.
Wait, what happened? Because I got distracted. I saw Tony Lee. What happened?
Welcome back to the H2G. They didn't go anywhere.
Oh, yeah, we didn't go anywhere. That's what I used to do in the last format. I gotta get used to it.
All right.
Gotta get used to this new format.
This is awesome. No, it's great.
All right, bear with me, Chelsea. Bear with me, y'all.
Ready,
All right.
You gonna start again.